So a company makes a video, actually a commercial, of some people who are not their original target market, and their original target market flips out. What do I think about it? Let me go ahead and read you this article first, so then that way I'll give you a little backstory. TheWrap.com posted an article on April 24th of 2017 titled "Shea Moisture Under Fire for New Ad Featuring White Women." Now, the article was posted by Rasha Ali at 1:16 p.m. April 24th of 2017. Let me see what they say. Okay, so one Twitter user said, quote, "Shea Moisture really went all hair matters on us." Then we're going to read you this article. Is what I have to say is going to be really interesting, and I wonder how many people feel the same way that I do about it. Okay, so here's what they wrote. This week's major company advertisement flub, Shea Moisture. The hair company is under fire after releasing a new advertisement that features white women who experience, quote, hair hate and have come to finally love their hair thanks to Shea Moisture products. The hair care line was founded by two Liberian refugees from Harlem, New York in the 90s and has been associated almost exclusively with black hair. The release of the new ad has caused some people to think Shea Moisture is abandoning its original target audience and trying target market, actually. I don't know why they said target audience, and trying too hard to include white women. Quote, "Shea Moisture really went all hair matters on us. Wow," wrote one Twitter user, alluding to the Black Lives Matter / All Lives Matter movement. A few other people pointed out that black women were the ones that have been supporting Shea Moisture from the start and are even the ones who promoted their products, resulting in their continued success. Quote, "Black women have supported and gave free press to Shea Moisture for years," commented one user. And then they have a, quote, hair hate commercial with white women. Others took the new ad to be the company's attempts to gentrify its hair care products. Let me see. At Girls with Toys. Now this is written by Rose Chalk Glam. At Girls with Toys. What on earth? Did they just gentrify Shea Moisture? Well, it's been nice knowing them. That was posted on. Now, all these tweets were posted on April 24th of 2017 for the record. See some of the best Twitter replies below. So, Peaches at Liberian Gal said, "How many white women use Shea Moisture, bruh?" ST said, "Shea Moisture, so typical. Court black women. And when you get the following and support, ditch the group that was riding tough for you." Ooh, they got on and left these black women for a white girl. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly. Let me see. CC said, "Black women out here getting fired for having 4C hair, and Shea Moisture has the audacity." Let me see who else. Trash Fave said, "I'm sorry, but since when did white people use Shea Moisture?" Underscore Petty underscore adjacent said, "So Shea Moisture, y'all trying to tell me black women aren't spending enough money on their hair?" Petty Murphy 08 said, "Since Shea Moisture is being gentrified, here's a thread and reminder that my miracle oil is great for highly textured hair." Now that was smart. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to promote your own product at a time like this. That's right. Take advantage of this situation. If people were going to leave this company and boycott them and quote unquote cancel Shea Moisture, that's right. You promote your product. Smart lady. Anyways, Brianna R22 says, "Shea Moisture, that was a marketing fail. Y'all need a new PR team today." PR means public relations. Some of you are slow. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll just mess with y'all. Anyway, so Ira said, "Hey, we want to use Shea Moisture too." Let me go see if that's a white lady saying that. That's funny. Nah, it was some black dude. He posted a picture of a black woman and a bunch of white women like following her. I don't know what's going on in this picture. It's some like, it looks like a historical photo. It's like in black and white and whatnot. Anyways, man, so the good people at The Wrap updated the story by posting yet a new article. And they said, update, black-owned hair company has since issued an apology, which I got the apology, and I'm going to show it to you guys on the screen as I'm reading it because they put the words from the apology into this article. Now, Rasha Ali at 2:51 p.m. posted the following article. Black-owned hair care company apologizes for ad with white woman. We really fucked this one up. That was a quote from Shea Moisture. Anyways, here's what the rap wrote. Shea Moisture released a statement of apology and decided to pull their most recent ad after the company was heavily criticized for excluding their core audience and including white women instead. Quote, wow. Okay, so guys, listen. We really fucked this one up. The black-owned hair company wrote on its Facebook page, quote, please know that our intention was not and would never be to disrespect our community, and as such, we are pulling this piece immediately because it does not represent what we intended to communicate, end quote. The hair company, founded in 1912 by Liberian immigrants, came under fire after releasing a new advertisement that featured white women who experienced, quote, hair hate and have come to finally love their hair thanks to Shea Moisture products. Let me see. Some chick named at Girls with Toys said, Shea Moisture is canceled. Pause the story right there. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be okay. This is great publicity, and I'm going to get into my opinion on things after I finish reading this article, because I have some interesting things to say about this. And I wonder how many of you agree with me. A lot of you are going to be really mad. Anyways, so the article goes on to say, the statement also addressed the issue brought up by most critics that Shea Moisture is pretty much abandoning the very demographic that made the company popular, all in the name of widening its market. Quote, you guys know that we have always stood for inclusion in beauty and have always fought for our community and given them credit for not just building our business, but for shifting the beauty landscape. The company's message stated, wow, they spelled companies wrong. COMPANHY''S. Interesting, my Jesus. I keep running into articles with typos. Y'all notice that? Anyways, the hair care line was founded by two Liberian refugees from Harlem and has since been associated almost exclusively with black hair. The release of the new ad has caused some people to think that Shea Moisture is abandoning its original target audience and trying too hard to include white women. Read Shea Moisture's full apology below. Before I even read it to you, let me tell you guys about a product. Okay, I made a video about this product. A young lady owns a business, and I actually talked about her product in 2016. So I'm going to put you guys onto something, because a lot of you, you know, are leaving Shea Moisture and trying to find a new one. So let me go ahead and give you this young lady's business's website and the name of her product. So she has Natural Goddess for women and Natural Adonis for men. Her website is naturalgoddesshairpudding.com. Naturalgoddesshairpudding.com. And her Instagram handle is naturalgoddess007. So make sure you follow her and check out her product for those that are looking for a new quality product for your hair. Okay, for the people who are looking for something, you got a new product to try, something to look forward to. You know, nothing like unboxing. You know, you open up that new package. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? You can smell the new box smell. But anyways, let me go ahead and read to you Shea Moisture's apology so I can give my opinion. They said, wow, okay. So guys, listen. We really fucked this one up. Now, ladies, doesn't this sound like your sorry ass ex-boyfriend? Some of you heifers. Anyways, Jesus. Wow. Okay. So, guys, listen. We really fucked this one up. Please know that our intention was not and would never be to disrespect our community, and as such, we are pulling this piece immediately because it does not represent what we intended to communicate. You guys know that we have always stood for inclusion in beauty and have always fought for our community and given them credit for not just building our business but shifting the beauty landscape. So the feedback we are seeing here brings to light a very important point. While this campaign includes several different videos showing different ethnicities and hair types to discriminate the breadth and depth of each individual's hair journey. So in other words, this wasn't the only damn commercial. We must absolutely ensure moving forward that our company is well represented in each one so that the women who have led this movement never feel that their hair journey is minimized in any way. We are keenly aware of the journey that WOC or women of color face, and our work will continue to serve as the inspiration for work like the Perception Institute's Good Hair Study / implicit association test that suggests that a majority of people, regardless of race and gender, hold some bias towards women of color based on their textured or natural. Well, do they hold this same bias towards so-called men of color too? Oh my freaking God. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. I'm starting to get pissed off, but yeah, let me just finish reading this. Really, man, it's like black men don't matter. You're saying that black men don't buy these products too, but hey, you know, whenever it can work to black women's advantage, let's separate things. Okay, that's the motto. That's the strategy. Anyways, we are keenly aware of the journey that WOC or women of color face, and our work will continue to serve as the inspiration for work like the Perception Institute's Good Hair Study implicit association test that suggests that a majority of people, regardless of race and gender, hold some bias towards women of color based on their textured or natural hair. So you're right. We are different, and we should know better. In other words, it's black women against the world, which is straight BS. Pure BS. Let me see. So you're right. We are different, and we should know better. Thank you all, as always, for the honest and candid feedback. We hear you. We're listening. We appreciate you. We count on you. And we're always here for you. Thank you, #SheaFam, for being there for us, even when we make mistakes. Here's to growing and building together. Wow. And I was going to buy some of their product too, until I read that bullshit. I didn't even read it until right now live. As I'm making this video, man. And shout out to The Wrap for your 2 articles. So here's the deal, man. So what do I think about it? First of all, I think that when a lot of people saw the commercial, I know this is going to hurt some people's feelings, but I think they were jealous because the women in the commercial had the hair that the women who were watching the commercial are trying to achieve by using the product in the first place, which is a looser curl pattern. So a lot of women who watched the commercial, I think, just felt left out because they were like, hey, you know, these women are seen everywhere. It's me that you need to be talking to. It's me that needs to be seen. So they basically felt left out, and like, you know, these other women are seen everywhere. You know, you see a redhead anywhere using any old product. This product is mine. So that leads me to the discussion of entitlement. I think a lot of women who saw the commercial felt entitled, like, wait, this is my damn product. Why are they using it at all? That's why when I read the story, there were people who posting comments on Twitter like, wait a minute, white women use shea butter? Or rather, excuse me, white women use Shea Moisture? Like they're shocked that they use it. That's like when an ignorant white person says, black people use Dove soap? I thought black people use black soap. Or better yet, black people use Johnson & Johnson lotion, and you use Lubriderm too. I thought black people just used cocoa butter for their skin. I didn't know black people use regular old lotion. You know, it's such an ignorant thing to say. So I really resent the fact that somebody would ever not open their mouth, would fix their fingers. Well, they may have typed with their toes, or a butt cheek, or an elbow, or a penis, or a clitoris. Whatever they typed the message with, when they said, you know, white people use it, like that's such an ignorant thing to say. That's like being surprised to see a Mexican eating pizza. You know, like, Mexicans eat pizza too? Listen, products are products, people. Look at me, for example. I've used mousse on my hair before, you know, but then again, I do have good hair, unlike most of the people who are listening to this right now. You know, okay. It reminds me of, for example, when a white person finds out that quote unquote black people use things on their hair other than grease. Like a lot of really ignorant white buffoons think that black people just sit around slathering copious amounts of grease on their hair. And it's just not true. You know, we use different products because we're not a monolith. We don't all do the same thing. We don't all think the same way. But that's the way a lot of people view so-called black people. So you should know better than to ask a stupid question like, they use Shea Moisture too? Yes, dumbass, they sure do. Apparently they do. They went and took over a single commercial, and you have clowns flipping out about it. They're like, oh, white people are taking over. Because you saw one commercial, one stinking commercial with a couple white chicks in it, and people start losing their minds. Namely, a lot of insecure black women and gay men. Because straight black dudes, I don't think they really were flipping out. Like, not from what I saw, because I saw actually a handful of Twitter comments before making this video, because I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to be a little bit better informed. But let's be real here. You want to use the product so that what happens to your hair? You want your naps to take a nap, right? You want to zap your naps, right? With this product. You want to loosen your curl pattern. So you're seeing these women in the commercial. They have the hair that a lot of you women actually would like to have. Some limp, stringy hair. Okay. One of the white girls actually has some nice hair. You know, I don't usually like thin and so-called stringy hair. I'm not usually attracted to that. I do like straight hair sometimes. But, you know, let's just be honest here. A lot of the black women who were using this product more than likely were wearing weaves and were wearing relaxers or so-called creamy crack back in the yay. And then now they done switched over and went natural, did the so-called big chop and had a teeny weeny afro and all that stuff. You know, had their head looking like the cover on a microphone, you know, and everything. And, you know, they now grew out their curls to the girls. And now they're using Shea Moisture. And honestly, a lot of them are just being territorial. Why are you so upset that a white woman was in one commercial? They've made other commercials too. Are you saying that the business should not diversify their funds? I mean, that's really interesting that a lot of black women were getting so upset about a company expanding their business. Could you imagine if Walmart only wanted to cater to whites and did not want your dollar? It's like, listen, this is a black owned company. Do you want them to be successful or not? Now, a lot of black women were expressing this particular concern that the formula was actually changed to benefit white people's hair. If you felt that way, you need to contact the company. Instead of so many angry black women getting together and saying, let's boycott these motherfuckers, take them down, they're canceled. Instead of being so irrational, instead of being so emotional and so anti-logic, why don't you get together and say, hey, you need to have a, just like how another company might have like the ethnic version, so-called, for you, tell them that they need to separate the formulas. You need the original formula to come back because you felt that it was a quality product that worked great for your hair. Because remember, in businesses are two things: products or services, for the most part. Just about all businesses are products or services. And you guys love the product, and now you're upset at the service part of it all. You're upset because you feel as if you're not being catered to. You feel as if you matter less because they put a couple white chicks in the commercial. I mean, I think it's hilarious and disturbing at the same time. But yeah, you wanted to use the product so that you can so your naps would take a nap. You know, you could loosen your curl pattern, and then now they're catering to the same people who have the same textured hair, rather the same textures of hair that a lot of you have participated in spending billions of dollars to achieve, even if it was synthetic or fake. You got to understand something. If there's 3 billion plus women on the planet, and let's just say, for example, black women make up 1 billion of those women. Just to simplify the math, that doesn't mean that there's literally a billion black females on earth. Would you rather sell to 1/3 of the population that you can sell to, or 100% of the population? I say them living in a company, excuse me, Freudian slip, a country, even though it really is a company, living in a country that's known internationally as a country that was built off of capitalism, well, really not capitalism, really a bunch of other stuff that I won't mention in this video, Jesus. But, you know, a country, excuse me, that right now basically says capital is the way that things are ran here. It's like what they were doing was something that a smart business, a wise business person would do, which was expanding their market cleverly. And I have a theory of why they may have done things the way that they did. But let me say a couple of things first. First of all, a lot of black women asked for more diversity. If you're saying that Shea Moisture basically only sold or for the most part sold to black females, if they want to expand their markets to men, to Asians, to Caucasian women, if that's what they're trying to do, if you want diversity, you should be embracing this diversity right now, because this is the definition of diversity. They are diversifying their market. They're diversifying their funds. They're making a wise business decision. I'm not mad at them. You know, I feel like they're a black owned company, and I want to see them be as successful as possible. Why would I want to take food off their table? Why would I want to take money out of their pocket? Why would I want to boycott them just because they put a couple of white women in a commercial? That's such that reaction is so overboard. And the thing about it is, people looking at it from the outside are looking at black women like, wow, what these black men are saying on YouTube is actually true. Look at how incredibly irrational and emotional so many black women are acting. They're saying, we're going to destroy. Literally, I saw tweets. I swear to you, I saw tweets from black females, because they had pictures, and these weren't just a bunch of fake accounts. These weren't just a bunch of white trolls, white conservative trolls posing as black women like you see a lot on YouTube and whatnot, sometimes on Twitter as well. These were actual black women. They were saying things like, we're going to take Shea Moisture down. They wanted to see the company go belly up, all because they put a couple of white women in a commercial. That's very egotistical. That's vain. That's very narcissistic of these women to think that they should destroy a company, all because a couple of white women were put into a commercial. And it goes to show this evil energy of entitlement. It's like, it's not your company. I understand you may be being a bit upset. I understand you may be wanting to protest, not actually like march and protest like that, but like to post a tweet or say something about it, to speak up about it. I can totally understand that. And I say, hey, you have every right to. And if you feel as if they're pandering too much to a demographic that did not support them from the beginning, hey, absolutely speak up. But to say that you're going to boycott the company and you want to destroy them financially, it reminds me of the boycott against black male YouTubers, where you have some women who made a list of men who they're trying to take down, all because they don't like their opinion. And it's just sad. And they're proving these men right. And what I'm trying to tell you, ladies, the ones who are participating in the foolishness, is to calm down. Because the way you're handling things is the exact opposite of the way that you're supposed to handle things. Right now, since you live in America, the United States of America, where capitalism is what the USA is known for, what you're supposed to do is this: start your own company. Right now is the time. You have, listen, this is the opportunity right here. This is why I shouted out that lady at the beginning of the video who said, hey, look, I have a product. That's what you're supposed to do. Take advantage of the situation. You have customers leaving the company right now. It's the same thing with the whole Asians assaulting black women issue. Since those Asian people who own these hair care product stores that are right there where you have so many black women buying the products, right now is the perfect time to have a black owned and operated company to be their competition. Because you have women walking out of that company, rather walking out of these stores and saying, I don't want to support them. I'm not going to pay for your children to go to college. And you may try to wring my neck or throw me on the floor and accuse me of something which may or may not be true, but try to make a citizen's arrest or physically assault me, etc. You know, some black women are actually boycotting Asian stores, which I think would be the smarter thing to do than to boycott Shea Moisture, which is a black owned company who made multiple commercials, but made one with white women. And it upset you so much, just so much, that you want to see them just go away. You want them to poof, just disappear. You done offended me for the last time. One offense and you're ready to walk out. And anybody who's a normal functioning person is looking at it like, that doesn't make any damn sense. Now, to the people who this makes perfect sense to, you need to have your head examined. I don't mean this to be mean. Rather, I don't mean this in a mean way. I just mean, I'm honestly concerned with a person's mental health who was ready to boycott a company that they love the products and the services of for years. I mean, the company's been around for they said a little over 100 years or something like that. And now you're ready to just walk out on them. It reminds me of black male and female relationships. See the parallel? We don't need you. I could go bald all by myself. I can go nappy all by myself. Now, I do have a theory here that I want to bring up. I know this is going to offend a lot of black women. And if you're offended so far, you're really going to want to turn it off now. Now, I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, but in all honesty, this company may have been watching black women and studying you. And they may be pulling a little mind trick, a Jedi mind trick on you. A Jarquavius Jedi mind trick. Maybe they're trying the bad guy approach to you. The womanizer's approach. No, I don't mean that they're literally abusing you. But it could be a form of psychological manipulation. Think about it. When you're a guy who's pimping women or using women one way or another, one of the tactics that they use is to build a woman up, then tear her down, and then apologize. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Meat Magazine, what are you even talking about? Think about it. A bad guy, a pimp, a womanizer, they'll build you up. You're the most beautiful thing in the world, baby. You're just so fine. You're just an amazing, exquisite beauty. You're a rarity. You mean the world to me, baby. Next thing you know, he's talking crazy to you. He's acting like a nutbag, calling you names, making you feel bad about yourself, degrading you, making you feel lesser than. And then he'll apologize to you. You get to have your makeup sex and whatnot, and you're back going harder than ever. And what he basically did when he basically tore you down was he told you, be humble, little bitch. Sit down, little bitch. So it's it's a mind trick. I'm going to tear you down. Rather, I'm going to build you up, then tear you down, then build you up again. And this time, I'm going to apologize to you, which is going to make you love me more. Because think about it. A lot of black women have a really hard time with apologizing. Well, a lot of people do, but you know what I mean. I'm speaking to all black women in this video. Did you ever think, did you stop to think when this whole fiasco was going on that maybe this is just a psychological manipulation tactic? Maybe they were trying to pimp you. Not physically pimp you, not sexually pimp you, but psychologically pimp you. To say, hey, sis, we're going to put these white women in the commercial. We know it's going to piss you off. I mean, we know that you, quote unquote, built our company or helped us to build a company. But then we're going to show you this white women. It's going to tear you down. But then we'll put out this apology and we'll say, oh, we'll never do this again. We love you, baby. Just come back to us. Everything's going to be all right. We're going to give you the world, baby. Well, pimping your ass. Did you stop to think that maybe that's why they did it? Because I'm telling you, I noticed this with a lot of Caucasian celebrities or companies when they'll say or do something stupid and they'll piss black women off and then black women come running back to them. I just sit back and I'm like, y'all know you're being manipulated, right? I've seen this on numerous occasions over the years with different companies and individuals, like celebrities. They might say something that'll offend black women. It'll be like a non-black person, for the record, that's doing it. I just sit back and I'm like, cheddar cheese. Could this person possibly know how you're going to react? And they're several steps ahead of you, and they're playing chess with your mind. Could that possibly be it? I mean, to somebody who doesn't want to believe what I'm saying, could possibly be true, you might get offended and say, he's just talking out his ass. But is it possible? Just look at the different tactics that these different companies have done over the years. Just look into I'll put it like this. Look into what the tobacco companies have done, the cigarette companies, in order to get people to use their products, including using cartoons to get children into it. And this is well documented. These companies do all sorts of crazy things to get people to like their products. And for them to apologize, first of all, for them to build you up and say, basically, we've always stated that you were the ones who have basically supported and built our company. Thank you. Then for them to tear your ass down, knowing that you would be upset by putting non-black women in the commercial. And then to turn around and they apologize. They went and got you from the beginning. Then they went and snatched up the non-black women and said, hey, you're included too. And then they came back and said, oh, by the way, we apologize to y'all over here. So they brought you back in. And now instead of having, let me be careful how I word this. Instead of just having one woman that you're pimping, now you're pimping two. So you're going to get in this Cadillac, baby, or not? But anyways, this is all my opinion. What do I know? I'm just an idiot who talks about big butt reality TV stars with a microphone. My ignorant self should not have been making this video in the first place. Let's just be real here. This is not something that somebody like me should be talking about. An actual intelligent person should be talking about it, not somebody like me who's just an idiot with a microphone. So let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog and Instagram. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification button. They're right next to each other. They're like Siamese twins, kind of, sort of. But now that notification button will alert you when new videos get posted. You'll see me make an ass of myself because I sound like an idiot today, don't I? I know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just an idiot with a microphone. Just because I think that this would be the perfect time for some sister to say, hey, look at my company. Just because I think it's a great time to capitalize off of the backlash. Just because I want y'all to support the Natural Goddess and Adonis products. Just because I want you to visit naturalgoddesshairpudding.com. And doesn't mean you're going to do it. Doesn't mean you're going to do it. Because you might be some haters. But either way, man, let me know what y'all think about it below. Meat Magazine.